pass the mic and let my panelists individually introduce themselves, and then we're going to get this thing started. Y'all ready? All right. If you are on Instagram and Twitter, please use the hashtag pound ATL Lunch and Learn. That's and spelled out and all of that. So please take as many pictures as you want and all of that. And I know the folks are going to introduce and give you their Instagrams and Twitters.
Hello, everyone. I am Melinda Santiago, CEO of the Santiago Firm, celebrity management firm with acts such as 112, Jay Holiday, Bobby V, Darren Henson, some actors, radio, Dan Tolliver, friends for a long time. But also do branding, so it's important to me. I'm very passionate about what I do. My Instagram is at Melinda Santiago or at Santiago Firm.
Oh. Everybody doing? I am Eric Thomas. I am with Streets 94.5, handle sales and marketing for them, as well as operations manager for the Blackout Agency, for which we handle people like Kim Kimball. We handle people like Latavia Roberson. We handle people like Nick Cannon, just to name a few. And that's what we do. You can follow us, Blackout Agency, at Blackout Agency. You can follow myself, all my social media, at Eric, E-R-I-C, Thomas. You know how to spell that? M-K. Eric Thomas K. Thank you.
Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Bruce Webb, a.k.a. Bruce the Chef, a.k.a. you can find me on Instagram at Plates by Bruce 2. You know what I'm saying? I'm a full-time chef at Conch City Seafood in Stone Mountain, Georgia. You can catch me catering. You can catch me catering on the side. You know what I'm saying? Doing my own thing. Plates and Cakes by Bruce. Y'all follow me on Instagram again at Plates by Bruce 2.
Hola.
I'm hollering.
Hi, my name is Courtney Marie. I am a recording and mix engineer, currently at Tricky Business Studios. Just want to ignore Dave right now. And also, thank you all for coming out and giving me the opportunity to speak to you all. Right now, working on a couple of serious projects. We have a girl named Samia. Look out for her. She's amazing, 16-year-old. Sammy's new album, and Kevin Lavelle. Those are, things that we're trying to push right now. If anybody is interested, you can contact Sasha in the back. Raise your hand. She's the vice president over at Tricky Business Studios. And that's it. Courtney Marie 78 on Instagram. That's it. I'll pass the day. Thank you.
Yeah. Excuse me, I had about 20, no, joking. My name is Dave Tolliver, one half of the Gerald Levert Discovered Platinum Men at Large. I've been a radio announcer for over 20 years. Right now, I'm presently the morning show host on the Women's Radio Network, WRNW1.com. Check us every Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. on 1100 a.m. or iHeartRadio. Just search WRNW. I'm a vocal coach, I'm a writer, I'm a singer. A new record coming out this year called Something Like the Greatest, single right now out called Home. It's some grown man music. If you into making love to music, I put out that type of music. Hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, at Dave Men at Large, at Dave Men at Large. That's I'm a vocal coach too.
Yes.
Anyway. And at Dave Men at Large, Twitter, Instagram, holla at your boy, I'm in the building. And I'm only going to keep it 100 this whole time. Remember that.
I'm hollering. Philly in the building.
Well, let's get it definitely started. Jumping right in. Since I'm next to Melinda, let's get it in. Yeah. You have a lot of celebrities under your repertoire. We want to know, how do we jump in and kind of get in the industry and step our resume up like you have?
Jumping in the industry is not recommended. Okay, honestly, it's not recommended to jump in. Please do the research first. You have to have a certain thickness of skin to be in this industry. It's not made for everyone. However, there's parts of this industry that could be open to everyone. But just because you want to do a certain thing doesn't mean you're made for it to deal with it. A lot of decision making, a lot of things that you have to do. And stay true to form and not be taken in and sucked in by the people who have been in the industry a long time. Cutthroat, very, and it's sad. It's that. But to jump in the industry, to find a person you want to mentor you, I'm still learning. Even though I've been doing this for a long, long time, I still reach out to people because it's always good to keep learning and keep opening them doors for yourself. I would suggest anyone find the passion that you kind of want to do. Don't expect to get paid off of it real quick. Understand you have to have a plan B in place of working your dream. But find that person. We're all pretty much accessible on Twitter, Instagram, social media. You can find whoever you really want to work with and want to kind of mock and then build. Reach out to them. DM them. We're all accessible now. Reach out to them. Ask them about internships. What can I do? At this end of the day, if it's just taking coffee, if it's just saying, hey, how can I be a part of it? The grind never stops. That circle, the wheel, it's been created. They don't try to go in and redo it. You follow the blueprint of how it's been done. Look at your other greats. Keep doing it that way. Don't get discouraged. Get angry. You're going to fail a lot. But that's going to build your character to make you much more successful later. Patience, and alignment, and God.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like you can't. All right. So now that we've gotten that knowledge on working with the celebrity aspect, we have someone that's in radio, but that is kind of on the back end of it. I want to know, how important is radio advertising and marketing, not only for artists, but for different brands that may be new or just want to put yourself out there?
So, first thing is, when I put anything on my social media, say Streets 94.5 and radio, anything, my DM blows up. Not for thoughts, not for chicks trying to get at me, not for anybody trying to get at me. It's, hey, how can I get my song on the radio? And you guys have to understand there's a method for artists out there in actually getting your song on the radio. As much as it's Beyonce, there's still a method for her to get her song on the radio and things of that nature. When it comes to radio advertisement and actually marketing in general, when you have a brand, when you have a business, it's important that when you are constructing that business and constructing that brand, that you have a plan. So when you go ahead and put together this business, opportunity, or this business proposal, or this loan that you're asking for this money, you need to put money aside or ask for money to advertise it, because it's nice if you have a good service or you have a good product, but if you don't have money to tell people about it, it's a nice product, but nobody knows that it's there. So with radio advertisement is very big, and radio is really good. Everybody thinks that, Pandora and Spotify, my iPod, all that type of stuff. Radio is still number one when it comes to the mediums. When whole things with online and TV, radio is still there. You have all your syndicated shows that are still, making things happen and actually still driving people. So radio is still a good opportunity. I always tell artists when they say, I want to get my song on the radio, why don't you put together a commercial? Let people know who you are. 60-second commercial, play your song, 20 seconds of it, let them know, come follow you on Instagram, social media, all those good things. You can go and pay for that. You got to realize that you have to pay to play. And we'll just quote that, but investing, as you add that on there. But with marketing, you have to make sure with your business, you want to know who you're targeting. It's businesses, your audience from your songs, who you're trying to talk to. In your head, you need to know, okay, I am talking to a African-American female by the age of 18 to 22. When she likes going out, she goes to Cumberland Mall and she goes shopping there, and you have to be so direct, because what happens nowadays is that people will go ahead and they'll say, all right, I'm going to put this message and I'm going to bring it out to the world. I'm going to put it on, Q100 and Streets 94.5. The person that's listening to Q100 is not the same person that's listening to Streets 94.5. So you want to ensure that you talk to your listener. You want to talk to your customer. You want to talk to your consumer, and dissecting who your consumer is and who you're trying to target. That goes from artists, that goes from brands, that goes from businesses.
Yeah. All right. So, of course, this is the ATL Lunch and Learn. How many of y'all ate since y'all been here? Yes. And we have the man behind the food back there. And give it up for him one more time. The food was so amazing. Give it up, y'all. Brussels sprouts. Right. A lot of us had never had Brussels sprouts before today, so to get us to eat all of that, amazing. But I want to know, give us the importance of not only being passionate enough to work still restaurant-wise, but for, you know, taking your passions outside of doing a regular 9-to-5 and making sure you get out there to touch the industry and making sure that you can be a personal chef. It's Valentine's Day. This is money time. So talk about the importance of that. Money time, y'all.
Money and honey.
Pretty much, man. You can't give up. Whatever you set your goals to, you got to reach them. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, when I went into culinary school, I didn't know what I was going to do with it. Actually, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to work it out 2 years later, figure something out, you know what I'm saying? But now, I pretty much have my own catering business, you know what I'm saying? I love what I do. When you love what you do, you'll never work another day in your life, you know what I'm saying? I'm a full-time chef at a job. It gets stressful, but you really can't quit. Like some days I just want to drop everything and walk out, but you can't because I love what I do. You can't walk out on your team like that, you know what I'm saying? So pretty much, you know what I'm saying? You can't give up passion. You can't stop passion. Passion is what you have inside of you. You can't get rid of it pretty much. And I love what I do. I'm a chef, Bruce the chef.
Awesome. Amen. So, do we have any people that are in the audience that are looking to be an artist or wanting to record or get their, you know, voices heard out there, show of hands, all of that? Yeah, so quite a few. For y'all looking, you know, to get into that type of artistry, you almost have to go through this next person, an engineer, someone that's going to make your sound really unique to yourself and get it out there. So I want Miss Courtney to speak about being one of the most industry sought after and well regarded, as well as working in the type of facility that you work in, because it's very different from working in your home. And, you know, making that home studio all up in there, hard out there for a film. It's different studio versus, so talk to us about that.
Absolutely, it's a good question. There is a big difference in a home studio and a professional, but I don't knock that because it's about investing in your craft. Most women buy shoes and bags. I have spent over $5,000 on equipment in my home. I started in my house. It's all about getting better, you know? You can only get better with practice. You can work in a professional setting and, you know, still not be the best. To me, it doesn't matter that I'm a female engineer. I don't want to be the best female engineer. I want to be the best engineer possible, point blank, period. When you love what you do, it shows. I got into this, I dropped everything. I used to be a surgical tech, traveling surgical tech, making a lot of money, but I wasn't happy. So, you know, my thing to people is just go after what you believe in and what you love. I'm in that, and then I get to see the artists who no one believes in, but they love what they do, and they believe in themselves. So together, you know, that's like a crazy force to be reckoned with. Did I get off the topic? But no, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about making something great and being a part of something great. You know, Tricky gave me a shot when a lot of people kind of looked at me as the female engineer. And not so much as an engineer. And since then, you know, a lot of people now recognize me, recognize what I can do. So the whole thing is timing. Timing is everything, people. And not only timing, but being ready when it comes. I had an experience, you know, with Teddy Riley, where he gave me an opportunity, invited me to his house, to his studio. We worked. I thought I was ready. I thought, I'm the best engineer out there. But it was like, you know, this dude's been in this game forever. And it kind of let me know you got some work to do. So the whole point is be ready when the opportunity comes. No matter what, you know, just stay on your game. Always be a student. Always, always be a student. And that's it, man. You can only get better and chase your dreams. Did I answer your question? Okay. Thank you.
All right, and then to sum up this good panel, and get your questions ready because I'm going to open it up to the audience in just a minute. But we have someone who has done it all, seen it still growing in the industry, which is what I love about him. You know, he's, Grammy nominated, then worked with the best. I mean, has been in legendary, circumstances, and is still a student and still looking to grow in this industry. Mr. Dave Tolliver, being an industry veteran, I want to know, how has it been watching the industry over the years? You've seen such a change with social media and the way that you can market and A&R. Talk to us about the transition and how you've managed to get longevity.
Yeah, buddy.
Come on now.
Well, hello everyone. The first way I managed to get longevity is I slept with a lot of people. Just had to kind of like lighten the mood up a little. Everybody was like, no, you know what, man? I attribute it all to, first and foremost, I don't believe in the word no. I don't believe you can't tell me no, but I know how good I am and how passionate, how hard I've worked to polish my craft and be the best that I can be whenever someone sees me. I don't believe in you telling me no. Some people say my group can't put seats and they won't book us because they don't believe we can put seats in the auditorium. I don't believe that. And it's evident when I go out. When I go into when he says my target audience is, like he said, it's an overwhelming response of how much they love what I've done with my group. I can talk about this. How have I maintained the standard? First and foremost, I didn't just do one thing. I started out in broadcasting when I was 15 or 16, and everybody's not going to have the opportunities not going to be availed the opportunities that I have. My uncle/dad was one of the top programmers in the nation when I was like 15 or 16. He hired me. Somebody got fired. I'd been around the business since I was 4 or 5, 6 years old, so I knew what to do. He called me into work, and ever since then, 1986, and we all weren't born, I started working overnights at a radio station and going to high school. I've seen the business transition from being a business where you had to have some type of talent to where you can just, you might have a movement because people like you and then they just sign you. I've seen the business come from where, you know how you in high school when you see all these athletes that have on the Letterman jackets and they were supposed to be the superior people in the school, the elite people in the school. Now they just giving everybody a jacket. Go on, man, put you on a jacket and go and play in the game. And that's evident whether it's music or it's sports with my kids. I really don't honestly believe that everybody deserves a chance. If you can't play, why should you get in the game? There it is. It's so many different situations now. Like I say, technology is the thriller and it's the killer. Amen? It has availed so many people to become artists from just being in your basement, buying a computer, and you can rap, and you can get on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, and people can see you all over the world. Back in the day, I had to go in the studio. I had to write the song, go in the studio, not sit in my house, but get up and go rehearse for 11, 12. But they wouldn't feed us till we finish. I'm being serious. I worked with Gerald and Eddie Levert, two of the most respected individuals in the industry. If you don't know who that is, Instagram, one of the two respected individuals in the entertainment industry in the history of the industry. 11 hours. Eddie would come in, that's bullshit, man. You gotta do it like this, that's bullshit. Nobody's gonna buy a ticket to see your ass like that, man. So I had a different vantage point, different viewpoint because I had somebody to school me. I didn't have the internet, but I had somebody in front of me. But I think one of the things that we don't do today is the kids, they don't research. They see what's in front of them and they think that's the way it's supposed to be. And if nobody is changing the way the game is played, it's going to always be played whack. You know, I feel like the industry is deflatable now. What is it, Deflategate? What is it called with the Patriots now? I'm getting off topic because I could just talk about this because honestly, on one sense, because I work so hard to develop my craft and nobody's doing that anymore. They don't A&R projects. They don't artists and develop. They don't teach these artists how to come on interviews and talk. In one sense, I'm upset that they canceled 106 in Park, but on the second side, I'm glad they did. So what you got going on? Well, we out here on the tour. What the fuck are you saying? What the fuck are you talking about? You sound like a slave. You sound like a nigga that ain't even free. So what type of image are you setting for these young folks? I'm fighting all these images. It's hard, and on that, it's hard to be a parent with all of that. I mean, we could go on and on for days, but let me get back to how I've made it. Because number one, I refuse to let anybody tell me no, that I can't do it. And you know, I keep seeing people like Melinda Santiago, and I'm still learning and still taking in this new way of doing things. You know, these cats nowadays, they don't gotta come out their house. Man, I had to go to I was back on that, I had to go to the studio, write the song. We had to sit in the studio and use tapes. Not this computer shit that y'all using now. It's so easy, tapes. It went to the reels, it went to 8DACs, 80, 88s, and then we had the computer day. Man, we used to record like 24 passes. That's recorded once, again, and stack it. Now y'all do 3 for each note, and y'all good. But let me just put an effect on the dog, it's gonna be good. Sound like you got cold quiet in the dog, got you straight. Auto-tune. Wasn't no auto-tune, it was auto-me. Nigga, if you couldn't sing, you wasn't getting the deal. If you couldn't rap, if you couldn't spit nothing poetically, you wasn't getting the deal. And the crazy thing about entertainment now is like, I sit on some other panels where I host and judge these panels, and one day I said, dude, you're doing the same thing, this, that, and the third. He said, man, he been saying the same shit for 7 years. And I said, you still paying niggas $25, $50 to get on some panel, ain't not one industry dude here that can sign you. By the time you get up, the rest of these niggas is gone. You performing for 5 dudes that ain't gonna buy your record. So, I mean, why I stayed in the business so long is because I chose to do more than one thing. And like he said, everybody said some real potent things up here. Powerful things. With the radio today, if you're an independent artist, really it's about your budget, bottom line. I run into those issues, but like, I guess because I've been in the game and people know me, I still get favors and people will do this and do that, but I can't get no play on V103. Wonder why? Because I don't got them 5, 10, or 12, or 20 stacks. Somebody told me the other day it's going to cost me $800 to go on satellite radio for 6 weeks of play to get, but I just refuse to take no as an answer. And if you have something that you can stand on that is really solid, I'm not talking about rapping like a slave or singing with auto-tune, but if it's something where you can move the crowd, and I know I move the crowd, whether I'm on this panel, whether I'm singing, whether I'm hosting an event, whether I'm on the radio, I'm not backing down. I'm not going to let you tell me no. But I've also invested my times in a lot of different things, from being on the radio to hosting, to being an artist, to featuring on other people's things, to I was just investing in myself a bunch of different ways. But most importantly is just not letting nobody tell you no, man. If you believe in yourself and you know your craft is the truth, not because your homeboys on the block told you, but because it's proven, then there's no way you won't last in this business. Like he said, if you love what you're doing, it's not work, it's a passion. I'm sorry, I'm very passionate about this issue. Amen. Somebody in the building ought to say, hold it
My bad, I'm long with it, man. I'm long with it. My fault, dog. My fault, y'all.
So before I open this up to the audience, I want to go ask a question, and this is open to anybody or everybody that wants to answer. Of course, we oftentimes run into the starving artist or the person that wants to see the next level but doesn't quite know how to get there, or has been told no so many times, and that doesn't take your philosophy, that really wants to quit. How do you get over that and live another day and push forward? And I want everyone,
First off, I think it's harder for new artists to come out because their examples are just like you explained. There's nothing. There's no substance. There's nothing. So they don't understand how come their Tourette syndrome type records get on the radio. Well, how come I can't eat, click, click, whatever tune? How come I can't do it? I just think for any artist that's starting out, rehearse. Do everything that you can to perfect your vocals. Get a vocal coach, i.e. Dave Tolliver. Or,
I like that. I'm a vocal coach. I do.
Right. Come on. There's ways to perfect what you need to do. First, people have to understand your social media does not make you a star. Okay? So you may have 100,000 followers, 2.5 million followers. You're only reaching a real core demographic who's going to buy your stuff about 1%, 2%. So again, if you're looking at that check to come anytime soon, not going to happen. So don't try to run after a manager, and this is what I see on my end. Just because you think you have a hot record, you want to come and reach out to me. And I'm telling you guys this now. Do not get disrespectful with it. When you see who you want to work with, do not reach out. Instagram, yo, let's network. Yo, I want to work with you. What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to show me? I remember them days that the artist would sit outside a label, would sit outside a recording studio and sit for hours just to talk to a label head, somebody in the A&R, somebody to do that. But now people's pride is like, no, I'm just going to shoot you my SoundCloud. Right. Okay, this is another thing with artists. Do not oversaturate yourself. Okay, if you're putting everything out there, what happens when you eat the same thing every day, all day? And you start to scroll right past it, right? Be particular of what you put on those outlets and put it out there. One, you're not going to make any money if all your stuff is out there. Two, stop giving every internet outlet your stuff, your music, your product, your brand. Streamline it to one place. Streamline it. A label will not pick you up or pay you money if they're not going to get a recoupment. So if they know they can't make your money back after investing in you, they're not going to give you any kind of advancement. Therefore, you're back in your basement with the sock over your microphone, with the eggshell. I remember those recording, there's the eggshell in the little closet, you know, and that's where you're going to stay. And they're going to wonder why, because you didn't take the time to go in. So as an artist, choreography, take your time, get your music right, evolve yourself, study other people that, like I said again before, study the craft of how you want to be branded. And please have substance. If you know that you're in a lane with a Neo, an August Alsine, if you're in a lane with somebody else, you're not really going to make it unless you're a new 10-year decade type artist. So if you're trying to be like somebody else, fail number one. Okay, you're going to fail early. So it's just one of those things. Create your design, because you are in itself your brand. Pick it, choose it, test it. Not with your homeboys, like Dave said, in the streets, but go and grab an audience and just say, hey, listen, you mind listening to this from me? You're going to get a lot of no's, but you keep pushing through until that one person says yes. Because trust me, we're out there and we are saying yes, but I'm not going to say yes to somebody who's not putting the time in. But if they tell me, hey, I rehearse 3 times a week, I'm over here, I got a deal with Icon Studios, with Ian Burke or whomever, paying $25, $35 an hour. It's a little bit, but if you go out and spend that money on cigarettes, you go out and spend that money on liquor, alcohol, you go out there and spend that money on other stuff, but you don't want to put it in yourself, that's a problem.
Let's go.
This is more about talking towards passion. I'm giving you my story real quick. So went to college, went to a private university, a white university in Lynchburg College. Not that much. Sally Mae kicking my ass. Navy now. Is Navy yet? I think they changed names and stuff like that. Yeah, y'all know. Right. I'm telling you, straight to decline. You know, I went to school, got my degree in political science. Clearly, I'm not using that degree, but I wanted to go to law school. And I was like, oh, you know, I want to do entertainment law. But before I do entertainment law, I want to get into the industry to see if that's really what I want to do, because $40,000 a year for 3 years in law school is not cheap. So I went ahead, you know, got into school, law school, canceled that, left college, and I moved to Miami. I lied to my parents. I told them that I had a job. I did not have a car. I went to Miami with $200. I had a check coming in 2 weeks for $300. I rented a room off of Craigslist. Now, I'm not telling you guys to do this, but this is just what I went through. It was crazy. finally got myself together. I was working at an online university, and then I started working for the #1 station in Miami, which is Hot 105 and 99 Jams. What happened is that in order for me to get that job, I started interning at Power 96, which was a lower level radio station out there. But I interned part-time. So I was working full-time, intern, wasn't getting paid. I had to be there. I was on time. I was doing what I needed to do. I worked as if I was getting paid for an internship. Okay? Go ahead, did that. Worked at 99 Jams, Hot 105. I felt like I mastered it. I was good, making good money, all that good stuff. But I felt like Miami, I could not go. So what did I do? Quit my job in Miami. Again, don't do this. Quit my job in Miami, and I moved to Atlanta. Moved to Atlanta, did not have a job. But I said, no, I'm going to get it. I'm going to figure it out. Had some money saved. I'm going to make it happen. Within 2 weeks, got my connections, my relationships. Side note, it's not about the money you have, not about the money you make. It's about the relationships that you have. The relationships that you make. One good thing that I always did is I network. If I was in a room and I was the smartest the smartest person did not want to be in that room. Point period. That's it. I went, you smart? Oh, I'm with you. You know what I mean? I'm going to learn something from you. I'm going to learn something from her. I'm going to learn something from him. I don't care if it's a different industry. I'm going to learn something because you never know where that's going to take you. So you come out here. I'm out here. I'm in Atlanta. Cool. I'm working at a radio station. All right. I want more. I want to do different stuff. I created a situation for myself. The person, and I will always give accolades to this person, CJ Carter, celebrity publicist. Y'all can Google him. Okay. I said to him, yo, what do you do? Oh, I do this. I said, oh, you need me on your team. He did not. First of all, as all these people know, there are no monster.com jobs for the entertainment industry. Go ahead and look at Warner Brothers and you look at the record labels and they put them on there, but all the people that they have in place for those particular jobs are already set. Just a little FYI. Right. So I had to create a situation for myself. He said, yo, I like how you work. You did this. I did not get paid. I went to photo shoots. I went to photo shoots. I did different things. I drove all the way to South Side. I live in North Side. Y'all know how to drive this traffic. I'm not used to it. In Miami, it was too much. I couldn't do it. Y'all land. Y'all crazy. But I did all of that. I did that. I did not ask for a dime until they respect. He said, I'm going to give you a cut from this. I'm going to start paying for this. Oh, your gas, I'm going to give you this. But it all goes into the passion that I have to be in the situation that I'm in right now. It's so funny because when I was interning, my internship over at the radio station in Miami, somebody's like, yo, you working for free? Yo, what, you working for free? But then turning from that internship, I was able to get a full-time job making 6 figures at another radio station. Don't let people next to you tell you what to do with your life. You have to go ahead and realize, you know what, you can go ahead and ask them their opinion, cool, but don't take it for a grain of salt, especially when somebody's not even doing what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? You gotta understand that, and it goes back to having that mentor. If you want to be somebody, go ahead and ask that person. Try to reach out to that person. I'm not saying go, stalk them, because that, become an issue. But you have to go ahead and make sure that you speak real stuff. You say, okay, this person, this is who I want to be. I'm going to go ahead and follow this person. I'm going to research this person. I'm going to see what they did. And I'm not saying I'm going to do what they did. But I'm going to ask them, maybe I could do it a little different because everybody's situation is different. But at the end of the day, it's all about your passion. You have to be passionate. I could not work a 9-to-5 job. If I worked in a office for 8 hours, I would slip my wrist. Sorry, but I would. It would drive me crazy. I couldn't do it. Some people can do it. I can't. Now I'm not saying you can't do that and do your side hustle, but just know your end game. At the end of the day, you have to figure out what do you want. I get this question all the time. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? And if you don't know what you want to do, go ahead and try something. Try it. I tried radio. It worked out for me. I tried the 9-to-5, getting salary and 401k and all that stuff was good. Insurance was definitely good. Before this, you had to have insurance type stuff. So, it was good. But I tried different stuff out and I realized that, okay, this is my passion. This is what I want to do. But I think that in this generation, people think they see, the social media and this person doing X, Y, and Z. Oh, da-da-da. First of all, that social media stuff, like they say, is monopoly. Stop. I haven't been on my social media in terms of posting stuff for 3 weeks and it's been so liberating. It is peaceful. You know, you can't. It's you gotta have real life. You know, pick up the phone, talk to somebody. You know, stop that texting all the time. You know, somebody quick time, get her space, pick up, go walk around. You know me and my job. Everybody else, Street Sniper 05, they sitting down, Cool. Me, if I got a question, I ask my boss. I go to my boss' office and I talk to her. That's what I don't send an email unless you're trying to keep. You got to keep read receipts sometimes. You know, you got to keep paper trail. But anything, I got a question. I go to her. I talk to her. I want to hear what she's saying because a lot of things can be misconstrued. But it just goes back to the passion. You have to have it, and you have to know what you're doing. All right.
What gets you through the next day? Not giving up.
All right.
Right.
My family, really.
Okay.
I do it for my family and myself, really to make my mom proud. Really, it's my mom and my parent, my dad. You know what I'm saying? They split up when I was young, so I was really just living with my mom when I was young. So pretty much, it really all started this cooking life, chef life. You know what I'm saying? I was like maybe 4 or 5 years old. I love to eat, you know what I'm saying? I love to eat.
Too.
I used to knock on the door, Mom, make me some eggs. She used to hate getting up in the morning, making me eggs, making me breakfast. I love breakfast. So she was like, you know what, boy, I'm going to teach you how to cook so you won't knock on my door no more, you know what I'm saying? So she showed me how to scramble eggs, and there was history on from there, you know what I'm saying? I made like any breakfast combination you can name, grits, bologna, onions, peppers, you know what I'm saying, sausage, eggs, toast, anything, you know what I'm saying? Anything I pretty much have made and perfected. So pretty much as I grew older, I started making dinner for my family, you know what I'm saying? Get-togethers, you know what I'm saying? Everybody come through, I make the dinner, like 11, 12 years old, I'm making family feasts for my whole like 20 people family, you know what I'm saying? They'll come through. So pretty much it all started young, you know what I'm saying? I do it for my family, they want to see me get big on TV, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get it. I got like another 2 years, you're gonna see me on TV, successful, making it. I'm almost there and I'm only 21, you know what I'm saying? So pretty much, I'm only 21 years old. Young and successful so far. So pretty much, I finished high school. I did dual enrollment, so I pretty much got a head start. I had 6 of my 21 needed credits before I graduated high school out of college already. So pretty much, I was certified in food handlers, sanitation, and all that. So I got into college. I only had a year and a half. It was a struggle, you know what I'm saying? I took like maybe 2 or 3 classes a semester. Had to pay out of pocket. My financial aid was all messed up, you know what I'm saying? It was hard, you know what I'm saying? 2 stacks every semester. It was pretty hard, you know what I'm saying? Type of stuff. So pretty much, can't give up, you know what I'm saying? I made it through it. Finally graduated this past May, 2014 last year. And now, my first job when I first moved up to Gwinnett when I was 18 years old, I graduated high school. Moved up to Gwinnett. My first job, I started at Waffle House, making minimum wage, you know what I'm saying? Making minimum wage. 2 weeks later after I started, I could have had a manager position. She said my ambition, my behavior, you know what I'm saying? She was like, if you weren't so young, I could move you up to manager, but I was only 18 years old, so I couldn't do it pretty much, you know what I'm saying? So that made me work harder. So then 6 months later, I moved up to the next restaurant. I worked over 12, 13 different restaurants, learning from every different restaurant, getting different experience, you know what I'm saying? So pretty much now, I'm a full-time chef. I'm certified. I graduated from culinary school. I pretty much do what I want. Almost. I'm working at a full-time job. If I leave that, my goal is to have my catering business jumping, Placing Cakes by Bruce in the next 3 years, like worldwide, making deliveries with my own employees and everything, you know, some delivery buses and everything. So pretty much, man, I do it for my family. I do it for my own success. It's not even about the fame. I want to be successful, you know what I'm saying? I want to make it. Pretty much. That's about it.
It's Valentine's Day coming up, y'all. I'm telling you, Bruce just came in and did like a personal tasting for the B Magazine team. And it's what y'all want, I promise you. So if you got a little bit of money in your pocket and you want to do something nice for that significant other and love on them, book.
The day before or the day after, because I'm booked up on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, he's very booked, so think about it today so that you can get that jump on the day before or day after.
Information's on the back of the business card. It's on the table. Gotcha. You can go. Sorry.
Yeah. The question was kind of how do I keep going?
Keep going.
I'll say this. It's something special in being a part of recording an album or with an artist that's starting out and being in the studio at the moment where you hear that song and you know, oh shit, this is going to be a hit. Mm-hmm. And you see the artist struggling. We have a writer in there trying to get through. I'm trying to find the right plugins for them. They're trying to learn dance stuff. Just everybody is working. But that moment when everything comes together and we hit the playback and we know, right. I'm trying not to curse. But, it is that Super Bowl moment for me. My Super Bowl moment is the Grammys. And, it's nothing, that's what keeps me going. Knowing that not even I could get one, I will get one. But just to see all the hard work of that artist, of the team, because it's a whole team behind the artist. Believe that. It's not only one person, it's a whole team. So to see a whole team win and to know that that's going to happen and all my hard work will pay off. I said it before, they say it takes 10 to 20,000 hours to become a professional at anything. So if you've done a couple sessions and, all of a sudden you're an engineer, no, you're not. 10,000 hours, not like you can't even fathom how much work that is. It's everything that goes into it. So what keeps me going is knowing that I'm going to win. And that's it. At the end of the day.
I'm sorry, I'm saying a little small stuff up here, what keeps me going is, I'm going to tell you first and foremost, I do not like negativity in my circle, period. If you call me up on the phone and you ain't, I don't care, call me back, dog, get it together. As you can see up here, I've been clowning the whole time. I don't I cried enough. Let's rock out. Even in, somebody called me man, I don't know if it's going to happen, man. I don't know if it's going to work. Take it. Cancel it. Even that small of a point of negativity to me, I'm my daughter is singing, and my wife was yo, she can't. I said, listen, we get in the fight. I'm don't say that shit, because you don't know what's going to happen if she keep, man. When I started, if you listen to how I started off when I first started singing, as opposed to the way I sing now, listen, anything is possible. I don't care if it's your mama, your daddy, your grandma. Baby, you can't do that. No, Mom, I ain't gonna come over here that much, Grandma. Because I feel like an entertainment. I'm not. I don't care how good you come. I'm gonna come pick up my plate and I'm gone. Hey, Grandma. Bye-bye. Anybody in your circle that's negative, like last night, even me, I'm 44 years old. I've been in the entertainment as a professional artist since 1990. I've been in radio since 1986. I've been around the music business since I was 4 years old. And I've seen it evolve, I've seen it change, and I just don't want anything negative around me. I kind of lost track of what I was going to say, but I just don't want anything in there, and I think that's one of the things that keeps me going. Also, the drive and for my children to see me succeed. But I'm saying, but even bigger than that, for me, I want to succeed. People say, man, you did this, you did that, and you know what? I've done a lot of things. I've realized in my life I'm so thankful to God, real talk. And that's another thing, your spiritual connection, whoever you believe in. I think you need to be grounded with God, Allah, Jesus, Buddha, whatever it is. I think it's about the energy that you exude, what you put out. I think you get back in a lot of times. I do. And that's a strong thing, man. Playing with those spiritual energies. It's what you're saying, what you're doing to folks. Real talk, man. I think another thing for me, keep me going, is I don't get caught up in perception. Down here in Atlanta, everything is about what you see, not what's really real, and I so hate that. My friend last night, man, I've been friends with him for about 11, 12 years, and I realized I cannot hang out with you no more, dude. And I didn't tell him that, but I'm going to tell him, man, I can't hang out with you no more because you a fucking groupie. And he got a radio show, and his thing, man, you want to get back in like you would, man, you got to go to these parties, you got to take these pictures, you got to hang out. I said, why? I did all that shit. I said, I probably made more money and done more things than most of these cats on TV doing right now. I don't have it no more, but I'm not scared to tell you that. Because I'm real with it. I believe in the reality of this thing. I'm not getting caught up in the perception, because the real part of it is going to pay me. Me going out on these, he said, man, you need to go out on these carpets and take pictures. I said, dude, look at my Instagram. I done took pictures with everybody and Jesus and their mama. And I said, people call me, they know I'm coming, I'm going to rip it down. I'm going to make people laugh if I host it, but it's a benefit for this. Man, I need a benefit for my kids. My kids need benefits. Christmas is coming up. It's Valentine's Day coming up. My mortgage is coming up. My lights is coming up. I'm saying, listen, man. Well, shit. You know, and you know how I made it through Christmas? Because everything came, I was like, money falling out the sky. I was like, Puffy, stop that, take that. But let me just number one in this game, real talk, if you want to be successful with it, like my man said, do what he did. Do it. Do it. Because you know what? Sometimes you got to lose like you winning. Wow. Hashtag that. Sometimes you got to lose like you winning. Even if you losing, you got to feel like you winning. Because I'm saying, I look at things like, I'm thankful for the things that I was able to, somebody said, man, I was that caught up. I said, but you was able to do it. Be thankful for that. Put out that energy instead of focusing on the negative part of it. Because the more you focus on the negative part of it, that's the stigma you're going to stay in. Those are the type of people you're going to have around you. I know what I'm going to say. EPMD, if you don't know who it is, long time ago, they had this record said, he said, you hang around 9 friends, you're bound to be the 10th one. I saw that throughout my career. At one point in my life, I lost everything but the house I was living in. And thank God for that. But my sister lost it like 10 years later, but hey, that's another story. Lose like you're winning. In this game, you got to be able to live and die. You got to sacrifice for this game because it's not easy. You got to box and fight in this game like my man did. Yo, he's a testimony for y'all today. Y'all need to listen to what he said. Don't do it. But if you want to win in this game, you got to do it. You have everybody up here. Melinda, my man here, Chef Brussels Sprouts, Courtney. They have all lost like they winning. And I still do it. And that's why I'm able to keep going, because I don't believe in focusing on the negative part. I don't believe in, and that's the biggest thing, I don't believe in focusing on the negative part. And like he said, it's so important to surround yourself with people or be in the places. Man, what the hell am I going to a carpet with somebody that's stupid? You made it big because you had a sex tape, or you made it big because you on TV embarrassing yourself and the culture. That ain't, I mean, it's cool. On the flip side of that, I respect it because a lot of these people are going to be able to feed their families years after years after years, even with the music. But I'm saying, like he said, surround yourself around people that could do something for you, or they're an inspiration to what you're going through. Your story might not be his story, but I'm saying you might be working at Subway right now trying to get a deal. And a lot of times it's stuff sitting in front of our faces that we should tackle, but we let it pass because we're so afraid to take that chance. Man, you gotta take that chance, man. You gotta take, if you believe in you and people outside of your homeboy, your homegirl, oh dog, look at these things, dog, that's hot. It has to be tried, tested, and proven, man, from accredited places like this. Like, and I know she does things where she has producer battles and she has listening sessions. Take advantage of that because everybody up here is doing some stuff. And when you come here, don't just come just because everybody coming or there's something to do. But when you come here to these things like this and you paying your money and she gave it to you for free, hats off to Mooshin. Hats off to Mooshin. Because I'm saying a lot of times cats make you pay for this. I'm going to tell you, look, dude, I've been in the game for 20 years. Maurice White. No, what's his name, the dude that discovered New Edition? This nigga had the audacity. And he knows my uncle. My uncle was one of the top, I call him my dad. He was one of the top programmers in the country. He was Billboard Program Director of the Year 5 years straight, medium market. You look that up for yourself, you know what it means. This nigga would have charged me $5,000 just to sit down and have a meeting to tell me some stuff I already knew. I told Shorty, tell that nigga, I said, quote unquote, miss me with that and kiss my ass. Why would you do that? But that's what they do out here. So these type of situations like this, you need to take advantage of it. The line should be, as many whack niggas as it is in Atlanta trying to get on, the line should have been down the street. Y'all should have been lined up to the Omen agency and she gave you free Brussels sprouts too? Yo, you gotta come in here and get this knowledge because it ain't free. And 9 times out of 10, most of us on the black side, we ain't doing no research. We on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever them things. If y'all ain't using that for proper stuff, you just, I got this new joint, check it out. I'm on SoundCloud, hit me up. Man, you just got to take advantage of everything. That's another thing. Take advantage of what's going on. Lose like you winning. Keep a positive circle around you. Even if it means cutting off your best friend, just when you're doing your work that's going to pay you, keep them folks away from you. Real talk, because that negative energy around you is like, if you know what the Peanuts is, like, what's the dude that wore Pigpen and walked around with the dust around him? That's how you walking around. It's dead weight. It's like having two of me on your back and you got to walk down the street. And that's heavier than a mother. You got to see? He right. See, Leo speak out. He a Leo like me. That's my dog. Give it up for Bryson. Signed artist, Universal. Bryson B. Money Jenkins, singing ass. I'm long-winded, man, but I'm just like, for me, they say the game is to be sold, not told, but I don't believe in that because somebody stood in the gap for me. People of importance with knowledge stood in the gap for me and made sure that I didn't get bent over more than I got bent over in my first deals. That's a whole nother meeting within itself. And I just believe that, like, if you hit me up the right way, I'll respond. I'll be like, okay, we'll do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. You know, I just don't believe, I'm not going to charge you 5 racks for no meeting. But if I got to work and we go in the studio, what's going to cost you? But for information, shit, you can get it offline. You ain't got to come to me. Use those resources for more than just playing around. Use it to your advantage. I'm sorry, man. I'm real passionate about this game, man. You know what I mean? Real talk. I'm passionate.
You know what? And Melinda actually has a little more to add to that as well. So,
and to piggyback, I'm glad you mentioned it, Dave. Just a little, because I was talking about how artists need to do this. Don't stop. No, it's good, but don't stop. At the end of the day, he graduated. I didn't graduate. So don't think you have to, and I'm not saying education isn't good, but sometimes our situations don't allow us to have those, things that the education and the chance to graduate. I had to, I got kicked out when I was 16 years old. I was on my own at 16. I went to school, tried to work to pay my bills. I had to drop out of school. Worked a corporate job, 23 years. I'm 42 years old. Well, I'll be 42 in April.
She look good, though.
And when I tell you, I'm not coming to this What I'm saying is, I have 4 kids. I'm divorced. Amen. And it took me to get fired from my first job, only job that I've ever gotten fired from. And I refused to go back and make another person millions of dollars.
Right there.
I was right there.
Got you.
I was right there, making them millions of dollars while I was sacrificing being with my kids at home, trying to pay for daycare, making pennies, going bankrupt, doing the whole thing, moved here to Atlanta homeless, literally packed my Jeep up with my twins at the time, no place to go, met an angel, let me live in the apartment that he was moving out of, never saw him again, because that's how God works. Okay? You step out on faith.
Amen.
The other part of you holding back in that fear means you're not faithful. When God and you are aligned, or when you are aligned with God, it is not stressful. The doors start to open and it becomes effortless when you're in that lane with God. I can't say that or stress it enough, because I'm telling you now, I am, just like you, a testimony. But I'm a single mother, 4 kids, never went back and looked back to make the white man any more money. And I'm Puerto Rican. So understand this, just because you don't graduate from college doesn't mean you don't have that same success rate. You graduate with God. Say that. Feel it. And I just want one thing from everyone. If you take anything away from all this, 11:11 a.m., 1:11 p.m., 11:11 p.m., set your alarms on your phone. Every time that phone goes off at 1:11, 11:11, say an affirmation. Open the universe to receive it Say what you are going to do in the present tense. I am living in my dream home. I am living in financial abundance. I am going to seek and do what I'm doing. Say it in the present and watch how you start to manifest your future.
If this mic wasn't paid for, I drop it right here, I promise you. It's so funny that she says that because my alarm clock is actually set for 11:11, 12:12, 10:10, and I thank God at those times. When I see that and my alarm goes off at 10:10, 11:11, 12:12, it's just something about the double numbers that speaks to my soul and my spirit. So I thank God at those times. So to give yourself a daily affirmation, telling you can't buy this knowledge, even though right now you're getting it for free, I promise you, be great that you're a pioneer and being at this, because this is a business, y'all, and it takes money to put these type of things on. It takes money to get a chef out here to come and feed you guys and to get this food. It takes money to get a Grammy-nominated, singer-songwriter who has been all over the world, who has written with amazing people. It takes. This woman right here is booked. Y'all think, it's hard to get her. I mean, Bobby B has so much going on. 112 still. I mean, this is the season of old school people. Like, I don't know if y'all know it. This is R&B is back. It's the season of old school. I'm telling you, they booking them. Like, it's hard for certain artists out here where it's Ralph Tresvant them and Salt and Pepper. And when you see a Tamar touring with Frankie Beverly and Maze, you know shit is real out here. When Juvenile is opening up for motherfucking goddamn the OJs, pretty much, shit is real. These are old school artists. I mean, real. Do something for the 99-2000 was a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So, well, I want to open this up again. Give it up for our panel right now, for real. It's amazing. If you have a question, let us know.
He giving him praise.
Oh, okay. I know the exclusive vodka is flowing, but it looks like that's God over there working. You know what I'm saying? But if you have a question, for real, raise your hand. I don't know if you want to come and get the mic. I was going to get down and get with the people. But you know what? The thing is if they hungry, I am serving tea today, but if you hungry enough, you'll make your presence be known and either come up and get this mic yourself or you got voice. So I'm sorry, I shouldn't have to get down. I own one of the best magazines out here. Come get this goddamn mic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
My question, this can go directly to each person on the panel. I'm sure people are seeking your advice a lot of times. What's one question that people? What's one question that you think people should ask you that they don't?
That's nice, man.
That was a good question. You thought about that for a long time. You thought about that for a long time.
That was like a week ago. You stomped us all, man. You stomped the Schwab, baby.
I think a question that I would love to hear more is, what's the blueprint? What's the blueprint? With 112, I remember those stories, like you said. Literally, Puffy had him in a room. Kevin Wells, Courtney Sills had him in a room. Michael always tells me, Melinda, we used to have our 3 underwear. So what's your 3 underwear? Inside, outside, and pitch it. They would be in that room. They wouldn't let the outside come in. So I think those acts, they work. They're still touring with no new album. Last 3 years, 112's been touring. Same thing with Bible. Like, everyone's still working. They don't need to do all that. So I would love to hear, what's the blueprint? Meaning, how did they do it? Circle back and go to what works. They're Grammy Award winners. It worked. So ask for the blueprint. How did they do it? Whoever you want to mentor, if you're an artist, if you're a singer, and you reach out, how did they do it? Follow that blueprint.
Right. I guess one question I think I should get asked that I never get asked is, why are you doing this? A lot of times you get a lot of people, how you got here? Oh, how much money do you make?
None.
But nobody ever asks you, well, why are you doing this? And if you were to ask me, I would give you why. I would tell you it's the passion. I like waking up and doing what I do. I enjoy doing what I'm doing, and I think with that answer, it will inspire other people to do other things. So whenever you have somebody that's, you have Q back there, Q, why are you doing what you do? Q, you always out doing, I see you on Instagram, why do you do that? And just go ahead and tell you, this is your passion, this is what you got going on, this is what you're doing. So, my question is more along the lines of why. Why are you doing what you're doing?
You got me on this one. But, now people, really the question that I don't get asked is pretty much, how hard was it becoming a chef? Honestly, I'm not a chef. Honestly, I'm not even a chef. A chef comes down on the line of respect. It's not just how good you can cook some food, how good you can throw something together. Chef is respect. Like in some restaurants, you walk in the restaurant, you hear people say chef to that one person. They don't call chef to everybody in the restaurant. Everybody is cooks. Chef is that one person, leader, respect. It's a leader, you know what I'm saying? They've been through the chain and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? They work their way up. You can't just get a degree and call yourself a chef. Yes, you are certified, but that does not make you a chef. So the question that I did not get asked is how hard is it to be a chef? Or, you know what I'm saying, how do you get up to the chains of being a chef? Pretty much.
Nice. Awesome. Very nice.
As far as, I get asked a lot of questions about how do I get on? Can I get free studio time? I'm looking for producers. Listen to my tracks. I would like to hear more. Do y'all need the floor swept?
Yeah.
Do you need me to clean toilets? Because that's what I did. And that's what we still do. The VPs, the managers, like everybody in the studio, we could care less. Like we get things done. It's not about pride, it's not about ego. Everybody has a goal. So little things like that. Do you need papers filed? Anything. If you need anything. Do you need anything? Because that's where it all starts. You can make so many things happen and build so many bridges by doing something that's small. And not expecting, don't go and expecting anything out of it. Everything will happen with faith and with a lot of work. Everything will happen. So that's it.
Great.
Hashtag, do you need anything?
Man, they pretty much answered it all, but I think a lot of times us as artists are afraid to be transparent. Because in life you have to go through something to get where you need to be. And I think a lot of times people don't ask you what they see. All they see is the success. Where have you failed? What have you done wrong in your career? Some of the things like that. I mean, that's the only thing I really can think of is like, where have you failed? Because hell, I still fail sometimes at things, but I keep moving at it, and that's the only way you're gonna stay successful. You gotta eat this thing. You gotta live it, diet, because this is one of those places and things where it has to be like blood in your veins. It got to run through your system the same way. So I would like people to challenge more of the bigger artists when they get a chance to speak to them. Not only me, to ask them, man, where have you failed? Where have you stumbled? Not just the criminal cases that we see on TV or your child support issues, but I'm saying in your career-wise, where have you failed? And how did you come back to be at that level you are now when you failed, when you were broken? A lot of us are scared to put our reality, like I said, here in today's day and age, everything is about perception, man. I think we would help more people by being transparent and being open to the things that we aren't great at or the things that we have failed at. But that's not ever gonna happen. But that's it.
Awesome. I'm gonna jump on that answer too. I always seem to get a plethora of emails or DMs or inboxes asking, how can I be featured? Or, how can you put me on? Or, things to that nature. I would love to be asked, can you mentor me? Can you sit with me and help me grow and, just give you some of the knowledge base? I mean, I've worked for The Source. I've worked for, T.I. had a magazine called Dapper. I've worked for Grand Hustle. I've done those things. So to have like a big knowledge base, yet to only be asked
to put you out when there's several other people that are knowledgeable enough and talented enough to be put out there. I want somebody who wants to take the time to grow and I want to muse pretty much. I want someone that I can say, damn, they fly in every aspect of the game. They are together, they're learning, they're growing, and us together can make $1 billion. People seek that million, we don't. But I see billions out there, you know what I'm saying? You got to think like that now. Dr. Dre out there making it. We got to make it too. So
Didn't he though?
yeah, he did that, didn't he?
Didn't he though?
Yeah.
I don't need the mic. I'm a little loudspeaker. I just want. This is more of a comment question type thing. Well, I'm a professional myself. I'm in the real estate game, and I'm on social media as well. And I get those messages on Instagram. Hey, girl, I'm looking for a house. I'd rather have an email or you call my office or things like that. So I have a 15-year-old daughter who is a true musician. I knew she was a true musician since she was 8 years old, and she played Three Little Birdies by Bob Marley by ear.
Oh, wow.
She's 15 years old right now. She's written her own song, and she's also done the production of it. Actually did her first recording in the studio last night.
Amen.
3 hours, and we got something. So my question is, because she is like the developed artist. She's not the one that's on YouTube that's got all these videos. I'm like, no, you're gonna practice. Yes. She's got all these guitars. She's got the keyboard, the drum set in the room. She's the true back in the 90s the artist that you take and then you A&R them and you get mentored. So Dave, I would like to know if I were to sit with you or have her sit with you, she needs someone of your caliber. I'm looking for the old school artist to work with her because she's the old soul. Right. She don't want to be like Miley Cyrus and none of those people. She wants to take her money and actually start music studios for other kids because she didn't have her father.
She was at the Omen Agency, by the way.
So she uses her music as her outlet. And she's like, other kids are going through what I'm going through, and I want to get this money and then help other kids. So I would like to know if it would be possible to get with you, and then all of you all to have your emails, because I would rather get at you like I want to be got at. I don't want to send you no email or no
Sunshine@gmail.com.
Okay, so that's what I'm interested in. This is some real stuff, and she needs a mentor in the game because I'm mama, She don't want to listen to me. When it gets to a certain point, she don't want to hear shit from me after a certain. But she be looking at me like, but you can tell her the same thing, and she be like, yeah, that's good.
That's how my daughter did this morning. That's why I had to send her to another vocal coach. Carlette Martin, if anybody wants a female, her name is Carlette Martin. Look her up. She wouldn't listen to me. A lot of times with kids, it's like you tell them 2 + 2 is 4. It's jazzed down to 2 4. And he say, whatever, man. Somebody else say, yeah, and they're like, oh, okay, it is. I'm down. I think what's crazy. I told you put energy out there. Come back. I said that's for you, Courtney. I said I'll work with you on it. And then you said this question is for you, Dave. So see how it is. It was already in your head when you came. I see how am I confirmed?
And we've already talked to for her to be working with her engineering wise and things like that. But that old school tried and true
king thing on it.
She needs that. She don't have no male influences. I can't just pick a man to be her daddy. So, you know what I'm saying?
She got a good uncle.
She called me Uncle Dave.
No, she got uncles, but
she called me Uncle Dave.
Dope.com, I'm telling y'all even know.
Well, I'm saying you ain't got to sell her no more. I mean, whatever she say, she the boss.
Yes.
But I always I like working with her. Incidentally, if you need proof, she's definitely dope in the studio. I've worked with her. She's very efficient. She knows what she's doing. You looking for a songwriter? My man Bryson right there is an incredible songwriter, arranger. Yeah, we got you. I got you. Yeah, real talk. I'm just giving people